Hey, BubbaTac here, and this is going to be my video review and initial thoughts video on AIM Surplus's BCG Bolt Carrier Group. This is their phosphate coated one, their BDG model. These are normally on sale at AIM Surplus for about $80. Recently they had a sale going on where you got 15% off, so I actually got this shipped free to me for $68. So that's a hell of a deal if I do say so myself. So to jump right into talking about the material makeup and how this particular BCG is designed. This particular one is made out of the bolt is what we're talking about, 9310 steel for the bolt material. Now, as you well know, mil spec bolt material is Carpenter 158 steel. So this 9310 steel, I don't know if this is commercial steel or something to be, make it more affordable is why they made it out of that or what. In reference, PSA, Palmetto State Armory, their phosphate coated mil-spec bolt is made out of Carpenter 158 steel, and it sells for about 80 bucks. I don't know if they go on sale very often. When I was actually shopping for this one, they were sold out, and I checked them today to check them to see if they were in, and they're still sold out. So I don't know how often they get those in, but it's just something to keep in mind that this is made out of 9310, not Carpenter 158. That's not really a big deal to me. There's no amount of stress that I could put onto this bolt myself using my semi-automatic rifle that would make the differences between Carpenter 158 and 9310 come to light to me, or I believe even 99% of the people out there that are purchasing these bolts to use in their builds, which is what they're there for from AIM Surplus. So not a real big deal to me, just keep that in mind. The carrier itself and the gas key are made out of 9620 chrome lined, the carrier and the gas key, and you'll see that when I take it apart. So 8620 steel is the standard mil spec that everybody else uses, so that's good on that end. So I'm getting all this information from their website. It's nice that AIM's forthcoming with all that on their website. So when you're talking about bolts in general, BCGs, there's some specific things that you look for from the way they're put together to tell you if it's going to be, a well put together BCG or not. And one of those items is the fasteners. Another one of those items is the whether it's staked properly. And in this particular case, this gas key here is investment cast and is mil spec hardened to their specs, so that's good. And it's also chrome lined, like I said. And it is, as you can see here, they say on their website these are grade 8 fasteners. I don't know that for sure. If that's an issue to you, you can always pop them off, and at this price point put in some grade 8 fasteners that you know are grade 8 fasteners and still be saving money. But I'll take their word for it. And it says that it is on their website that they are properly staked, and they don't look too bad. All you're really looking to do is displace some material over the top of that screw to keep that bolt from coming out, and it looks like they've accomplished that. I've had a number of ARs and have some right now, and have seen many in the past, and that looks pretty well done. If you have an issue with that, they actually make it's not very hard to do it yourself. They actually make jigs that go over the top, and you can screw them down in there and displace the material yourself. But for me, that looks pretty good. Another item you look for when you're looking at BCGs is the bolt been tested, and after it was tested, was it MPI inspected? In this particular case, magnetic particle inspected. This bolt is, according to their website, shot peened and MPI tested. It has a little X right there. That's the only marking it has on there. Most bolts that have that say like MPI or something on them. This one does not, just has a little X. I don't really know what that stands for. I've looked around. Nobody else seems to know either from just my simple research. But this is, according to their website, MPI tested, so it's good that it was shot peen and MPI tested. Also talking about the bolt, the extractor includes the black insert according to their website. That is a good upgrade over the blue one. I actually plan on replacing mine with the BCM, which comes with the black insert, their extra power spring, and the black O-ring. And the black O-ring increases extraction force or force on the extractor by like 4 times over not having one in there. So that's good to keep it from slipping off of the rim or having any extraction issues. So I'll just be upgrading mine that way because it's a fairly affordable upgrade from BCM. Other things to talk about, this actually does have the serrations on the side for the forward assist. They seem well done. In my particular case, it doesn't matter to me because my upper actually doesn't have forward assist, and it will not interfere either way if you have them or you don't. So the finish on this, as I said, it is, I believe, phosphate coated, and I don't see any specific issues with the finish. It looks pretty well done. This is a full auto M16 style. If you don't know what that means, it means a commercial ends right back here and they're not even on top or bottom, but in the full auto M16 style, mil-spec style, it is even on top and bottom. There's a lot more material right here. It does increase weight a little. If you're looking for something a little bit lighter, you might want to look into a lightweight bolt, but this is the way they come, and this is kind of the way I was wanting mine. Just a little bit extra material back there to increase the weight of the BCG just a little bit more. So that's just the way that's designed. So we'll go ahead and take it apart real quick so you can see how it looks on the inside. There's your cotter pin. There's your firing pin. It looks pretty well done. No issues there. It's good. Got a good finish on it. This one has a little bit of, I don't know what that is. It looks kind of like a different color to me, but maybe that's just my eyes. I don't know. But there's your pin right there, your bolt pin, and then here's your bolt. It's covered in grease for shipping, so that's good. Preservative and everything, keeps it from having any issues during shipping. So there's your bolt. As you can see, the lugs are real nice and symmetrical. No issues there. Like I said, the X is the only marking I can see on it. I don't see any other markings. My rings were not staggered. You want to make sure your rings are staggered when you get it, and you want to give it a good clean to get some of that crap out of there that they ship it with. But it's good that it has it in there to keep it from having any corrosion issues when it ships to you or when it's in storage. So as you can see here, it is chrome lined inside the carrier and inside the gas key. There seems to be a little bit on the finish right here. It seems the chrome had come up or the phosphate hadn't covered up right there, but that's just an aesthetic thing. It's not an issue whatsoever to me. Just be aware of it. So so that's it, fully disassembled so you can see it. So the only issue that I actually had a problem with was when I actually received this. It was shipped in sort of a bubble wrap bag, and that had actually torn out on the end that had the bolt on it, and I was really worried about the way, the lugs, if they had any issues with them after possibly sustaining damage while in shipment and in that cheap bubble wrap that had torn out. But turns out no, that wasn't a issue, and I mean I can't see any markings on them whatsoever. It's just something, there it is, fully reassembled. It's just something you need to be aware of. If you're not paying, you get what you pay for, and if you're not paying for shipping, if it ships to you for free, then you really can't complain about how they shipped it, because they're going to ship it the way they want to. But it's just something to be aware of. So there it is, fully reassembled. For this price point, with these kind of features, grade 8 fasteners, MPI tested, properly staked, and all that sort of those things that you're looking for in a bolt carrier group to determine whether it was properly manufactured and put together, this has it in spades. It really does. And for me, $68 or even the $80 it's on sale for normally, you can't beat that. So only time will tell how it holds up, but I don't see any issues going down the line. So this was my video of the AIM Surplus BCG. This is their phosphate coated version, their full auto M16 bolt style, and it is their BDG model. Thanks for watching.